School shootings like the one most recently at Lone Star College in Houston, Texas, where multiple people were shot just earlier this week, are happening all too often around the country. And according to Campus Safety magazine, 1 in 4 campuses aren't equipped to handle a shooting. There seems to be no better time than to have a serious conversation about what needs to change so that campus police are prepared and that students feel as safe as possible.
I just heard someone shooting. We're sitting in classroom and I hear gunshots. Well, I hear a loud noise in the hallway behind us. And I think that when I first walked in the classroom, we had heard there was something going on, but we didn't really quite know where it was. And a girl in my class she lived in West Ambler Johnson when the first shooting occurred at like 7:05, you're right. And they released her. So she came across the drill field. She came into our class. So by her entering, I kind of thought that it was safe and it was, fine to continue. But there was a first shooting at like 7:20 in the morning, and I was living off campus at the time. So when I arrived at campus at around 9 a.m., we had not heard any kind of announcement that there was a shooting that had already occurred. Virginia Tech said that they wanted to make sure they had, proper actions for us to do before alerting us. So when the shooter entered Norris Hall and he started shooting, no one immediately thought that it could have been an active shooting. Like, those things just didn't happen back then. That wasn't really our first course of thought. He went down the hall and he started a different classroom. He eventually entered our classroom 3 times and ended up killing 12 of my classmates, including my teacher. So it was a very, very scary experience, but you have to also realize that a campus that size, Virginia Tech has done a lot of great things since then, including kind of digital billboards in classrooms, SMS, different kinds of alerts to keep people up to date that I think have learned from the event. 6 years later, even having thought for a second that could be an active shooting, just even closing the doors, some kind of barricade, some kind of response could save lives in the future. So I do think that things have changed for the better.